asks me to go camping. Hate the idea. She is excited though. Sure, why not? We drive to a secluded bit of land her grandparents own. Spend hours setting up the tent and campsite. We get ready. Go hiking. It rains a little. Back. Get back just as it gets dark. Make a fire. Wife is getting a little low energy. We eat and talk for a while. Decide to go to sleep. Inflatable mattress. Double sleeping bag. We get in together. She is shivering. Ask if she is okay. I'm fine. She keeps shivering. I don't feel good. You said you were fine. I don't want to ruin our trip. Oh boy, we get to go home. Feel her face. She's pretty hot. Well, it won't be any fun if you don't feel well. I think you may have a fever. I guess. Let's go home. Get up and get her to the car. Start it and turn on the heat. Start packing up our stuff. In the tent, deflating the mattress. The horn beeps. I run out and over to the car. She says there was someone around our camp. Said they were crawling. As soon as she saw them move and was sure it was someone, she beeped the horn. Can tell she is upset. Don't believe her though. Tell her to relax and go back to packing. Gather everything outside the tent. Step back in to roll up the mattress. Hear her yell my name. Sounded like it came from the woods. Why is she outside the car? Help X, my leg is bleeding. Rush out. Glance at the car. She is asleep in the seat. Wave of fear. Hear something yell again. Help me. Still sounded like her but somewhat off. Too raspy and deep. Take down the tent. Just roll it up. Shove it in the car. Left a few things. Get the fuck out of there. Driving a little fast. Wake wife up and have her put her seatbelt on. Get home and ask her to tell me what she saw. She said it was white, thought it was a naked person crawling behind some trees. She saw them stand up against the tree and she beeped the horn and they dropped down and ran. Too spooky for me. Okay, here's a story. B16. Just got my first personal .22 rifle, all mine, super proud. Little bolt thing, super accurate, loved it. Have a family friend who owns property like 10-minute drive from our house. On this property is an old house. Built by homesteaders around 100 years ago, falling apart. Right next to it is a creek and a field. We used to camp on the far side of the field all the time. Also would shoot using creek as a berm. One day I decide I want to go camping. Bike out there with my .22, a box of ammo and normal camping kit. Super excited, shoot like 200 rounds at cans and shit from the trash hole nearby. In the 60s someone lived on the property in a trailer and threw trash in the sinkhole type thing. Started getting dark, built a fire and busted out the harmonica to practice. I was terrible at it but it kept my mind busy whilst relaxed. Suddenly something isn't right, feel like I'm being watched. Hair on neck is raised, heart elevated. My mind starts racing. Imagining things unseen out there. Clutching rifle and flashlight scanning the field and trees for movement, shadows playing tricks on my mind and I'm shitting bricks. Moonless night, god damn it, want to go home now. Wish I'd brought a tent at least to hide inside. It was summer in Texas and was too hot but wanted that security now. Started building fire bigger. Made a torch of sorts with a stick and a torn up t-shirt I'd brought along with thoughts of making some sort of camouflage for my rifle. Darkness is giving up no secrets but can definitely hear something out there walking around. Didn't want to shoot because sometimes cows wander onto the property. Fuck. I never wanted this JPG. Maybe coyotes, they're common out here. But no, not in this particular area, too many farmers and rednecks hunt them, they avoid it. Jesus Christ, think I hear breathing. It's kind of circling me, getting closer. Pissing pants by this point, wishing had something big for. This was before cell phones were inexpensive, didn't have one. Just told my parents I was going camping and where. Great, so they'll just find my grisly remnants tomorrow morning after don't come home. Sweating buckets and running out of wood, fire dying. Contemplating running for it, but the woodsman in me wouldn't leave the fire, it was too dry out there. Then suddenly hear a deep echoing bark from kind of far off. The thing circling me stops for a second. A long pause and then another bark, closer, and the thing takes off in the direction away from me and the bark. An enormous white fluffy dog comes trotting out of the tree line. Super friendly, has a collar on that says Snowman. Snowman and I chill out for a few hours, only once he turns his head, perks his ears and growls, half barks, and then goes back to normal. Eventually feel totally safe with Snowman there. Fall asleep with the big lug next to me. Hot as hell, but who gives a fuck? Next morning Snowman is gone, figure he went home after the thing buggered off for good. Go home and scrape the brick dust out of my boxers. Next day. Talking to property owner. Tell him of that night, confirm no cows were out there. Mention Snowman. He looks at me like I'm an asshole. Snowman was my dog, he was killed by a car last year. I went hard and tell him was serious, Snowman was real. I petted him and got covered in his white hair and everything, and he saved my skin from whatever out there wanted my nutsack for a coin purse. He doesn't believe me until I dig the shirt out of the wash and show him the hair all over it. He says it looks just like Snowman's. Every now and then I hear a bark off in the distance whilst camping there and feel warm inside. Be living in a house with some other dudes. Basically nowhere, outside of this city is just trees. Partic isn't so bad. Power goes out. Are you afraid of the dark? Nickelodeon. Look outside off my enclosed porch to see if I'm the only one. The whole area is out. I forgot to mention that I'm a bit of a photography fag. That comes into play here. Well, there is nothing to do around here. Think to myself that never have seen such a mass power outage like this before. This might be a cool time to do a little bit of photography. Step outdoor, feeling more anxious than usual. Just calm down, dude, don't let this get the best of you. Continue on and take some cool photographs of car light trails. Also make a light penis, lol. Can't shake the feeling that something has been following me. Getting really nervous, it's too windy to listen around me. Let's call it a night. Head back to house. Just one more picture. X. Take pic of the house I live in. Feeling really on edge, almost panicky. What the fuck is going on? I never let myself get this bad. Really feel like I'm not the only one out here. Inside, taking off boots and snow gear next to door. All of a sudden something slams into the door. I shit myself right there, lock the door, and get back to my room. Lock myself in there. Calm down enough to sleep. Next day go through my pics. Light penis, hat. Get to the pic of my house. Shit, this picture is fucking creepy as hell. Can't believe my house looks like such a nightmare. Wait a second. Doesn't look right. Look closer. Fucking got goosebumps writing this shit, sorry for the length. What the fuck is that? See what looks like some guy with a pig head staring right the fuck at me. I lose it. Ever since then I've been hearing banging around my house like a couple of times a week at night. Whatever the fuck that thing is, it wants in. I'm losing sleep over this. Pic related. It's the picture that took. Osfag here, I'll tell a story from when I was on a road trip a few years back. Be me. Decide one night after drinking heavily to gather a few friends and go on a road trip to Sydney from Adelaide for the long weekend. Pack the van, figure it'll be more than a day's trip, so we will have to camp out for a night unless friends want to keep driving throughout the night. We leave fairly late in the day because we underestimate how lazy, hungover we all are. Get on the road at around lunchtime. Make good progress, flooring it on the highway. It starts to get quite late into the night and we've all had a turn driving. Friend starts to feel really uneasy and carsick. Fuck it, we will just pull over and camp for the night. Friend gets increasingly sick throughout the night, starts throwing up constantly into plastic bags in the van. No way in fuck I'm sleeping in the van. Myself and my other mate set up our swags, kinda like a mini tent. Sleeping bag for one person, out in a rest and revive station set up along the highway, but within eyeshot of the van. Beautiful night, full moon, and bright as shit. Swag has a flap you can open so you can see out at the sky, but with mesh to protect you from bugs and shit. Decide to leave mine open to talk to mate and watch the stars. Eventually fall asleep with the flap still open. I wake up in the middle of the night due to something dropping onto and hitting my face. It feels warm. It smells horrible. I start to absolutely freak the fuck out, but I'm frozen with fear. What the fuck is going on? My eyes slowly adjust and I can see a silhouette of something peering into my swag. I violently close my eyes and pray to fucking God that I don't die. The swag shudders suddenly as if something climbed on top of it, but then the silhouette disappears. I hear the van door open and then running. Sick friend rushes over to my swag and unzips it in hysterics. Are you fucking okay? Oh God, I watched it the whole time. Where the fuck is Aaron? We both turn on our phone torches and leg it over to his swag. It looks as if it has been dragged a few meters and the pegs are out of the ground. He's literally fucking frozen and wide-eyed. He starts whimpering, crying. We grab him up and bolt to the van. Lock the doors. Huddle on the floor under a blanket for the next few hours until sunup. 3 grown men cowering in fear. The next morning we start the van and just drive, leaving our shit behind. Come to the nearest police station in Horsham. Tell cops our story. They follow us back to where we were set up for the night. Sure enough, Aaron's swag had been moved, a trail from where we first set it up. The top of both of our swags is spattered in something, looks like spots of dried saliva on the mesh, smells awful. Like decayed meat. Pack our shit up and leave, back towards Adelaide. We have no fucking idea what happened that night. Cops think it may have been some sort of animal. Mark is adamant that whatever he saw outside the van was stooped over and moved erratically, never camping out during the night again. Fuck my country so hard. 2 months ago. About 2 a.m. Home alone. Husband is working a night shift. About to go to bed. Decide to take the dog out first. There is an empty lot bordering the woods behind us. Take dog over there to poop. Dog poops and we are heading back to the house. Lights are on in the house and we have large windows in the back. Just as we enter the backyard the dog stops. I look. See something in the house. Lanky and white humanish looking thing. Not wearing any noticeable clothing. Bizarrely shaped. Kind of deformed. Too tall. Much taller than my 6'7" husband.